you've been doing this spring training thing for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
We had a chance to talk about routines with some of the other guys about whether their numbers matter in spring training or not, or how many at-bats they need to get ready for spring training, or at the last week of spring training, what does that mean to you? Having done this so long, where are you in your preparation for the season in spring training?
I'm about ready to start paying attention to some results. Up until this point, it's basically been working on some things left-handed that I was doing mechanically wrong last year, and not really worrying about results. Just going out and trying to have good at bats. Up until this point in spring training, I haven't struck out, all spring. I've put good one on the ball from both sides of the plate, and pretty happy with the results. I haven't been real concerned with them, but now, coming into the last week is when you really start to pay attention. Okay, is that going to be is that a line drive into the gap that or is it a roll over to second base? Those are the things that you really start paying attention to. Obviously these stats don't mean a thing. I've won the Grapefruit Batting League championship once or twice in my career. That's not going to go on your ledger, at the end of your career. So you can come down here and hit 220, nobody cares. But if when you pull the trigger, you're making solid contact and hitting the ball hard, I think everybody would take that.
Chipper, this is Jim. We were talking to Jimmy Rollins about getting 9 innings under your belt. How many games he like to have? He said he got less than 5, 3, 4. Well, from your standpoint, is it getting less and less as you get towards the end of your career? How many do you feel like you need to get ready?
Yeah, it's really saving my bullets. I don't ever remember playing 9 innings in a spring training game. Bobby's pretty good about letting his veterans kind of police themselves and do what they think. Usually on early in spring, the first week of spring training, whenever we play games, we'll literally only get 2 at bats and play 3 innings. From then on out, it's basically 3 at bats and 5 or 6 innings in the field defensively, and then we take it to the house. We get our weightlifting in after we're done, our running in, and it's been a pretty good formula that's worked.
Hey Chipper, you're still a young man at 37 years old, soon to be 38.
Soon to be, yeah.
Is it getting a little harder for you?
It's getting a lot harder, Cal. I'm having to work a lot harder in the off season to get myself ready to come into spring training. It used to be back in the old days, back when you first started, you come into spring training and work yourself into shape. Now you got young kids on your tail, outworking you and ready to take your spot if you don't come into spring training ready, and I refuse to let that happen. So I am going to, if I have to start a little earlier in November or December, working on the weights, getting in the cage, then I'm going to do it. I got to keep these kids at arm's length.